Alright, this is going to be a complicated video. In order to properly do this, I'm going to have to reference some things from the past, so if you'll just bear with me. I can count on 3 fingers the amount of games I was excited for in 2018. God of War being one of them. Red Dead being the other one, Spider-Man being the other one. And excited is a strong word. I was looking forward to these games. Needless to say, when the 10s on God of War started rolling out, I started to get pretty damn excited. Well, I mean, as you can see, I bought a brand new PlayStation 4 Pro so I could experience on my brand new 900E Sony Bravia television set. So I was excited. I'm like, finally, man, a good single-player game that I can sink my teeth into for a series like God of War. I played God of War 1. I beat God of War 1. I beat God of War 2. I beat God of War 3. I beat God of War Ascension. The only God of Wars I did not beat were the PSP God of Wars. And I love the God of War series. I love it. So I get the game, I fire up the game, and change is good. All right, so the voice actor being changed, it still sounds like Kratos, but it's like a more weathered, experienced Kratos. You know what I mean? So it's still got that Kratos vibe. You got the little kid, so it's got like a Last of Us vibe. I got kids, so immediately I can relate. So whenever I can relate to a story, it's going to be that much more impactful for me. So I'm walking as Kratos. The opening scene, there's going to be spoilers in this video, but they're going to be minor spoilers. I'm not going to spoil anything in the story for you, but I do got to reference some boss battles. I do got to reference some things like that. So if that's going to bother you, you know, whatever, click off. Opening scene, you're walking with a damn tree in your hand, reminiscent of Commando, you know what I mean? So I'm like, you know, this game is going to be awesome. It took me a week to beat it because I took my time. I took my sweet ass time. And my favorite part of the game was just how well constructed everything was. Everything is just so damn beautiful. And it's like the most masculine character you can possibly play. Because let's be real, it doesn't get more beast than Kratos. You know what I mean? The guy that gets pissed and kills all the gods. So I'm just loving it. I'm enjoying the shit out of it. I was a little bit worried with just the axe, but the gameplay is top notch. The gameplay is so good. You know why I can't get into that Neo or a Dark Souls? Because the combat just looks dumb to me. That sporadic back and forth and the real stiff movement, I don't like it. Kratos moves naturally. He moves realistically. So I'm loving the combat. I'm loving everything about the game, man. It has the opening boss battle against the Stranger is the best boss battle in any game. And I played it on hard. I'm playing this on hard. I died, I think, twice. But it was my fault, so no problem. I beat it, and I'm just sitting here going, this is the beginning. This is the beginning. And all I've been hearing is that this game gets better and better and better. And that's what was happening. Everything was getting better. So I keep playing. And then I realized something. I'm getting close. So I want to start venturing off the beaten path and explore. I don't want this experience to end because when it ends, that's it. No more God of War. And that's depressing because of how damn good this is. So I venture off, I start doing side quests. And when you start doing side quests, you start bumping into some enemies that are pretty gosh damn hard. So, and about 3 hours in, I start dying a lot. And I'm like, why am I dying at least once on every encounter? This is getting on my nerves. You got enemies throwing shit. You got enemies disappearing, reappearing. And at the time, I don't utilize Atreus like you're supposed to. You're supposed to be hitting the square, having him fire off his arrows. I wasn't doing that. And to tell you the truth, I really didn't do a whole lot of that at all throughout the whole game. And I'm telling you now, that's pretty damn essential to the combat, is utilizing Atreus. And I really didn't do that. I don't want to use the little kid. I want to use Kratos. The only thing I really utilized him for was those enemies that disappear and reappear. You gotta stun them with the arrow to keep them in place. So anyways, so I bumped the difficulty down to normal, and I'm pissed about it. Now this is where I gotta go back. This is where I gotta go way back. When I first started playing games in like 2004, due to some health issues, had 2 kids, couldn't leave the house. You've heard this story a million times if you've been subscribed to the channel. I played everything on easy. Everything on easy. I just want to play a game, beat a game, and just experience the game. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for a challenge, not looking for anything like that. I got life problems. I got real life issues. I don't need to be getting stressed out playing video games. So as time has gone on, I feel like I've got substantially better at video games, and I've wanted more of a challenge as time has gone on. I play most games on hard now. I've beaten Dark Souls 3. I got halfway through Bloodborne until I realized I was just, it's just not my type of game. After I beat Dark Souls 3, after I tortured myself with the hardest bosses, when I came away with the game, or from the game, what I took away from it was, it's not my type of game. I do not enjoy this. This is not fun for me. I never want to do anything like this again. So Dark Souls 3 got uninstalled and it never got touched again. Plain and simple. I understand there's people that like those types of games, and that's completely fine. I don't enjoy it. It wasn't fun. So outside of those types of games, like Uncharted 4, the hardest parts I beat on crushing. Wolfenstein 2 played on hard, beat it with ease. People were complaining about it. I beat it with ease. Last of Us, beat it on grounded. Max Payne 3, beat it on the hardest difficulty. Okay, I'm no slouch when it comes to games, at least so I thought. But all these things are shooters. Maybe I'm not so good in action-adventure games. God of War, I think the first 2 I played on easy. God of War 3 I beat on normal, and God of War Ascension I beat on normal. I didn't play any of these games on hard. So I'm playing this on hard thinking I'm this, I've come a long way. I play everything on hard now. Hard is just too gosh damn hard, man. I'm getting my ass kicked, and I don't like it. When I'm playing Dark Souls, I expect to get my ass kicked. You know what I mean? I'm some low-level guy. I'm supposed to be fighting these hard bosses. That's the whole point of the game. I'm playing as Kratos. I should be dominating everything in sight, and that's not happening. So I bumped the difficulty down to normal, and I'm pissed about it. You know what I mean? I'm not happy with it. I don't like that I had to do this. In fact, I made another save and started replaying the game on hard in sections I was dying in. I'm doing much better now that I got a basic grasp on the combat. But I'm like, I'm going to stick to the main story on the normal, and then I'll go back again and I'll beat it on hard. So back to the side quests. I'm at the side quest, and there's just enemies I got to spam, throwing the axe back and forth, rolling, throwing the axe, rolling, throwing the axe. I can't get up close and personal because they kill me in 1 to 2 shots. And that shit is enraging. So I fight a couple of these enemies, I go to another territory, and I go up against these 2 werewolves. And these 2 werewolves, they're red and orange. These suckers whoop my ass multiple times before I finally have to tuck tail and run. I had to run away. I'm Kratos, I'm the God of War, and I'm running away. People, now again, is this the game's fault? No, it's just the way they designed the game. So I was like, all right, okay, enough of this bullshit. Let's go back to the main story. Somehow I come across a Valkyrie. And I fight the first Valkyrie, and I get my ass kicked like 5 to 6 times on normal. I beat her, and I'm like, you know what? This shit is irritating, man. You know what I mean? I come to the second Valkyrie, and I'm like, I shouldn't do it. I should stick to the main story. Screw it. I'm going to do it. People, this boss fight had me as pissed as I was playing the Taken King. Only more so because I was never expecting this type of thing in a God of War game. I expect to get my ass kicked in Dark Souls. I don't expect to get my ass kicked multiple times in God of War. 10 plus tries to beat this chick. 10 plus tries. And not to mention, when I do finally beat her, it takes like 10 minutes because the health goes down so slow. So slow. So I'm starting to question my abilities as a gamer. I'm questioning myself. I'm like, do I suck at video games? I watched Easy Ally's review, and they're talking about how it's a moderate challenge even on normal. But they didn't say nothing about these parts being so hard. Now again, the main story is not hard at all, especially on normal. It was these godforsaken side quests. So I'm on the main story, I see that mirror door or whatever it is, I go through it, it's the third Valkyrie, and I say, gosh damn it, man, I'm not letting this game beat me. I'm not letting it get the best of me. So I go up against the third Valkyrie, I'm a level 5, I don't utilize Atreus. I hardly ever use my power moves. If I got to tap into my rage mode, I'm upset because I feel like the rage mode is cheap. So these are things with me, not necessarily things with the game. I understand these are things you have to use, but they're things that I don't want to have to use. They're crutches. I'm getting beat, let me fall back into rage mode. That's a crutch for me. So I fight the third Valkyrie. She kills me 10 times. 10 times. On the 10th death, I realized I only had her health down to about that much. I was so infuriated. I was so pissed off. I didn't want to touch the game anymore. I burnt myself out on this game by trying to beat shit that had no business being that gosh damn hard. So I was like, you know what? I am done with this game. This game is trash. Now, it wasn't trash, just I had burned myself out trying to beat all these bosses. Come to find out, you're not supposed to even mess with them until you're a higher level. I'm sure there's people out there that can beat them, okay? I'm not a good player. I'm a subpar player. There was no direction. There was no rhyme or reason why these things were so gosh damn hard. So I'm feeling like a scrub. I'm feeling like the game's too damn hard. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll just go back and I'll beat the story. So I'm going back and my head's just not in it. I can't enjoy it anymore. Now there's puzzle. Now I'm fighting these bosses that can just walk through my attacks. All my heavy attacks, these enemies can just walk through. It's not hard, but I can't play it the way I want to play it. I'm having to roll, throw my axe, roll, going for an attack, roll out, slash, roll, slash, roll. I'm like, this sucks. This is not how I want to play God of War. I want to get up close and personal and just destroy fools is what I want to do. Then I get to a puzzle. Then I beat a boss, and I get to another puzzle. I'm just like, then you go up against the stranger again. And this boss fight sucked compared to the first boss fight. It's like they had everything. The first and middle sections of the game were just glorious. Absolutely glorious. The ending, the pacing was just off. And not to mention the camera. I have so many enemies coming behind me, coming beside me, throwing shit. The camera's getting in the way because of the third person view. And that's when it came to mind that not being able to jump was a problem. I'm like, I can't jump. And I was one of the guys damage controlling. I was one of the guys saying, who cares, you can't jump, you know what I mean? You can't jump in The Last of Us. It's arguably one of the best games of all time. I got these spoilers, Blades of Chaos, and I can't jump. The camera's in my way. All I see is my back, or I back up against something so people can't get behind me, and I can't see anything in front of me. It's just like, So I beat it. I beat the game, and I'm like, you know what? I can't even review the game now. I can't even review the game. My views on the game are skewed because of my own gosh damn, how do you want to say it? Stubbornness of wanting to get even on the game. So I was like, whatever. I beat the game. I was like, you know, all in all, it was good. All in all, it was a positive experience, except for how damn frustrating it was. I don't know about you guys, but I play games to be entertained, not to get pissed off. And I spent way too much time playing God of War pissed off. So I beat the game. I decided to go back. I'm going to do some side missions again. Okay, I'm a high level. And I go behind my house and just some regular enemies stomp my head in. Some regular enemies. I got my controller in my hand. I'm like, oh, whoa, smash this. I uninstalled the game. I uninstalled it. I packed up the Pro. I put it in the box. I slid it under my bed. I'll bust it out again come Spider-Man. So I'll never play that game again. I'll never play it again. Ever again. Because it just killed the whole thing for me. You know what I mean? It killed the whole thing for me. And I know what the comments are going to say. I already know. Oh, so the game sucks because you're a noob? The game sucks because you suck? No. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying the game sucks. I'm saying I played the game wrong. And in so doing, I burned myself out on possibly one of the greatest games of all time. I had way more fun playing Far Cry 5. And to even put Far Cry 5 in the same category as God of War is not even fair. It's not even a comparison. The graphics are so much better. The sheer level design, everything in God of War feels new. It feels fresh. It feels innovative. It feels like they actually took the time to make a game. Far Cry 5 feels like some recycled shit, you know what I mean? But it was fun. It was some fun recycled shit from start to finish. And I gave that game an 8. So it's like, I want to take points off God of War, but everything I want to take points off for are probably my own gosh damn fault. So I can't do that, and in so doing, I can't review the game. Not that my review would mean a damn thing anyway. So I want to say it was an 8 out of 10. But then it's like, how can you say it's an 8 when you gave Far Cry 5 an 8? They're two different caliber games. God of War's up here, Far Cry 5 is down here. It's like there needs to be two different... I remember I made a video years ago saying that indie games have no business getting the same score as a AAA game. You know what I mean? So you got your recycled games, your indie games, and then your God of Wars, your Last of Us, your Red Dead Redemptions up at the top. Your Witcher 3s, you know what I mean? Just spectacular games. So then I watched the YouTube video, and it's all said and done. I'm watching a guy go up against the Valkyrie. He's doing shit I had no idea you could even do in the game. The Valkyrie hits him one time, like not even a lot of power goes away. He's doing things I didn't even know were possible. And I know there's lots and lots of options in the game, and I bypassed a lot of that. Okay, I'm used to unlocking an ability in God of War, or unlocking the next level, and then you got 3 new moves. That's what I'm used to. I'm not used to going in and doing runes and shit like this. This is, I'm not looking at it like The Witcher, and I'm not saying in-depth is a bad thing. I'm not saying that. That's not how I was expecting to play the game, so I did everything wrong. And in so doing, I made shit way harder than it needed to be. So here's going to be my advice to you. And this video is already way too long as it is. This is my advice. Beat God of War story mode first. Mess with nothing but the story. After you are done with the story, then you can go get them side missions. They're not going anywhere. There's no need for you to do the side missions until you beat the game. Beat the game, I promise you I would have had a much different perspective on the game. Beat the game, then go back and tackle your little side missions. Then go back and get them high-level enemies. Stay away from those Valkyries until you beat the game. Unless you're just a pro player at these games, which I am clearly not. Long-winded video. I'm sweating. I'm irritated. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I got nothing left to say. Okay, I'll let you later.